All right, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota, and today again we'll be talking about your favorite players, Erling Haaland and Kylian Mbappe. Problem is, Erling Haaland is not coming anymore to Real Madrid because, as you know, he's already a Manchester City player. But let me tell you something really interesting, because last night in the radio show El Larguero, La Cadena Ser in Spain, there was a Norwegian journalist, apparently a guy who knows very well the Erling Haaland since he was 16 years old. And what he basically said, he left the door open for him to come at some point and play in Spain. I'm talking about Jonas Adnan Giaber, who said Erling Haaland was very hesitating in the recent weeks regarding to his final decision whether to play in Manchester City or in Madrid. So that's why it was so difficult for him and it took so long for him to take a final decision. But the good news for Los Madridistas is pretty much that this guy claimed Erling Haaland, like I said, at some point he wants to come and play in Spain. And of course, he's very excited about it, but just because life is so long and he's only 21 years old, he has time enough to play, say, I don't know, 3, 4, 2 seasons in Manchester and then come and play in Real Madrid. And the other thing, now that we know he already included a release clause in his contract to be released in the second season in exchange of 150 million, just in case he wants to play in Real Madrid or Real Madrid wants to go ahead and sign him. I mean, we have to be very optimistic regarding to not only Erling Haaland, but Erling Haaland coming and play for Real Madrid. So it is not something that we have to rule out forever, and we cannot even talk about okay, this guy is not playing anymore in Spain, and he will not even consider the possibility for him to play at some point or someday in Spain. I mean, specifically in Real Madrid, right? So to me, these words from this guy are not only very wise, but also very true. And I mean, I think that this guy, he nailed it, right? Because I think that everybody thinks the same way. Now he will play for Manchester City, which is true, but in somehow, some of Madridistas, we still are convinced this guy, Erling Haaland, is still thinking about Real Madrid and playing Real Madrid someday, maybe at some point in the future, maybe in 2 years down the road, maybe 3 years down the road, or something like that. Okay, so very good news as far as Erling Haaland. And now let's move on and let's talk about Kylian Mbappe, because last night in Le Parisien again, they said Kylian Mbappe was participating in a kind of photo shooting or something like that with the new PSG jersey for next season, right? So everybody went crazy, everybody dropping messages on my inbox in Instagram asking me about that, if I was listening to something about it, what was going on, things like that, okay? People literally going crazy, right? Okay, Le Parisien, the newspaper in itself, they claim, although Kylian Mbappe is taking this kind of photo shoot or something with the new jersey of PSG, it doesn't mean anything, because the photos can be thrown to the trash can as of July the 1st, because that day he will be free to play whatever he wants, and he's doing this kind of photo shoot just because he's still a PSG player and his contract with PSG is still on, right? It's still something that he has to do because the contract says that he's a PSG player and he has the obligation to do this kind of photo shoot, events, or things like that. That's it. But even Le Parisien, in the bottom, if you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you will find that Le Parisien is claiming this doesn't mean anything, right? So any Madridista should be concerned about that. There shouldn't be any kind of concern, problem, or we shouldn't be shaky at all just because Mbappe is putting on the new PSG jersey for next season. Doesn't mean anything, right? And if that wasn't enough, right, This morning, Fabrizio Romano was asked about that, and what he said in this video, and I'm going to play this video so you guys can see how Fabrizio Romano is pretty convinced that he will play for Real Madrid. He denied all the rumors. Regarding to Kylian Mbappe renewing his contract with Paris Saint-Germain, right? So again, there shouldn't be any problem. There shouldn't be any trouble. And of course, let's listen now to Fabrizio Romano so you guys can make sure that Kylian Mbappe will play for Real Madrid.
Last week, when we had some rumor from France saying that Kylian was one step away from signing a new deal with Paris Saint-Germain, I told you that that was not true. But what is true is that Paris Saint-Germain improved their proposal for Mbappe, so they are doing their best to change his mind. But guys, the update I want to give you today is that after new direct contacts in the last few days, this week, between Real Madrid.
New direct contacts, which means he was talking to the phone to someone from Real Madrid. Someone from Real Madrid was talking to him in different ways, whether the phone, whether a video call, whatever. But there has been more new contacts, okay, between Real Madrid and Kylian Mbappe.
And Kylian,
well, this week. So it might be as well the trip that he made to Madrid from France. It might be true what he said. It might be true what Mundo Deportivo claimed the next day on Tuesday, where they claim, okay, Kylian Mbappe didn't have a lunch with Achraf Hakimi, but somebody from Real Madrid. That is very important because it might be, or it might be referring to the same information Fabrizio Romano is dropping here, okay?
Kylian Mbappe team, I can tell you that Real Madrid sources are more confident and optimistic than ever. And let me...
After talking to him in Real Madrid, within Real Madrid board, whoever it is, are more optimistic than ever, which means shouldn't be concerned at all. I mean, there's no problem, shouldn't be any worries, nothing, okay? Nothing.
We say that they've always been optimistic on Mbappe. They've always been pretty relaxed when asked about Kylian and his future. They are convinced that Kylian will play for Real Madrid next season, but after new contacts in Real Madrid, they think they did their best for Mbappe.
Doesn't mean though PSG is not working in trying to renew the contract of Kylian Mbappe, because according to Fabrizio Romano, PSG is still throwing more and more offers on the table for Kylian Mbappe. New renewal contract proposals, things like that, but it doesn't shake anybody in Real Madrid, because in Real Madrid they are super convinced Kylian Mbappe will keep his word and will play for Real Madrid. Let's listen to it.
Even of image rights, that is a really important point for Kylian. So even on that point, Real Madrid did their best. They are convinced that now they are able to get a yes from Kylian Mbappe, but still no official decision made. They are waiting for Kylian to announce.
Okay, so here's the point. Fabrizio Romano is all the time insisting there's no official decision made, okay, by Kylian Mbappe's side. And he's still thinking about it with the family, right? I mean, what it doesn't fit to me is how a player is still thinking about it when some of the people from Real Madrid, within Real Madrid, are super convinced he will play for Real Madrid. It doesn't make any sense. I mean, within Real Madrid, if they are really convinced and optimistic, it is because the player already has made a decision, right? Another different thing is Kylian Mbappe telling the people and sharing his own decision about it. And that is because Real Madrid probably has told Mbappe not to say anything, right? Because they want to keep it low-key or something like that.
Announce his decision in public in the coming days. They're preparing everything in case he will accept the proposal, but they're really, really optimistic after new direct contacts from Paris Saint-Germain. They improved their proposal. They are already accepting the possibility for him to sign a 2-year deal, so a short.
Yeah, like I said, they are trying to, I mean, he's telling as well, PSG is still working on it, but there's nothing new about it, okay? So, guys, you can be very sure that nothing is going to happen regarding to Kylian Mbappe. He will play for Real Madrid, and let me tell you what, before next May the 15th, I'd say Kylian Mbappe will communicate anything, and we'll probably learn something about it, okay? I'm not saying he will say, okay, I'm going to play for Real Madrid, but he might say something like, okay, I'm going to quit, I will be leaving PSG next season or something like that. It might happen, okay? So stay tuned because something like that can happen. And
deal, they're accepting everything Kylian wants, but now it's only up to the player, his family, his lawyers. So waiting for the official decision, but Real Madrid are on it, guys. And so
Real Madrid is on it and super convinced about it. So guys, again, nothing to be concerned about and no worries at all because Kylian Mbappe will play for Real Madrid. So now, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Of course, thumbs up if you like it, smash that button, of course, very important for me, and subscribe if you want to be informed regularly on the Real Madrid, all the things Real Madrid news, okay? So now, see you in the next video. Bye, guys.